What it do, people? I'd like to welcome y'all to another edition of Knowdatsports Thursday Night Football edition. It's your boy Moore Drive, man. Y'all know I represent Knowdatsports to the fullest. You know, I come break down the Thursday night game, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the LA Chargers. A big divisional game for both parties. I think the Chargers beat Kansas City the first time they played them. I'm saying the first time they played this year, I believe the Chargers beat Kansas City. So Kansas City can't afford to lose this one. This on everything I love. This is a must win for them. Really is a must win for both teams. Because both trying to make the playoff. Both trying to get in. The Chargers 85, second in the division, and the Chiefs 94. Chargers can win this game. They'll take the lead in the division because they swept Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? They're going to beat Kansas City 2 times in the regular season. So this is a big game for Kansas City to try to take control of the division, and for the Chargers to try to get back in front of the division. The point spread of the game, they give the Chargers three points over and under 52. I can understand against I ain't now. Before I rudely interrupted by the gas, I can see why 3 points, why it's so close. Because it's a real tight game. Real tight teams was in the same division. I think they beat Kansas City about 6 points last time they played them, I believe. I can't remember. But I know the Chargers won it last time they played Kansas City. But Kansas City way better since then than now. The last time they played them, they didn't have Melvin Ingram. Yeah, Melvin Ingram didn't play. That's a big pickup for the Kansas City Chiefs. Ever since they got him, that defense that came back to form. The offense trying to come back some, trying to get back in the form they used to be. The only 2 games I see them look like that, again, the Raiders. They just played the Raiders last week. And they look like the old Kansas City. And the last time they played the Raiders, they looked the same way. I think they put like 30-something. Then they beat the Raiders 48-3 or 48-6 or something like that. So the last time they just played the Raiders. And that reminds me of the old Kansas City offense and the first time they played them this year. After they played Raiders in the last 2-3 weeks. In the last 3 or 4 weeks, they played the Raiders 2 times. And both games they looked like the old Kansas City Chiefs against the Raiders. I think the Chargers defense a little bit better, way better than the Raiders. So I know this is a must win for Kansas City. That's on everything I love. I know it's a must win for them. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna take the Chargers to win the game in LA. Short week, Thursday night game. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna roll the dice on the Chargers this game. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'll take the 3 points from the Chargers. I'll take the 3 with the Chargers. I'll see the Chargers win the game. 52.5. I think that's too many points. I'm saying to be truth. I think that's too many points, 52.5. For it to be 52.5, that means Kansas City defense ain't gonna show up, period. They ain't gonna be able to stop the Chargers at all. And I believe the defense gonna come play pretty good ball. I think the defense gonna play pretty good ball for Kansas City. But I'm doubting Kansas City offense show up like it's been showing over the last couple of weeks, like when they played against the Raiders. So I'm gonna say this. I say they don't cover. I mean, the over and under, I say it's under 52.5. I say I like the Chargers with the 3 points. I'm taking the Chargers with the 3 points. Because I think the Chargers are going to win the game. I'm saying with the 3 points over that, I'm taking the Chargers. So if the Chargers lose and they lose under 3, shit, I still win. Because I think it's going to be a real close game. And the Chargers win straight up, I still win. But I like the Chargers for the game. However you want to do it, with the points or without it. So jumping out week 15, man, I got the Chargers since they're the underdog for the game to upset the Kansas City Chiefs. what I'm going. That's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on that this week. Next, we got my top 10 teams through week 14. I'm finna recap my top 10 teams through week 13 in the order that I had them in and compare them to my team this week. Last week, week 13, my top 10 team was number 1 with Arizona, 2 with Green Bay, 3 with Tampa Bay, 4 with New England, 5 with Dallas. Kansas City came in 6, Tennessee came in 7, Charlie came in 8, Cincinnati came in 9, Baltimore came in 10. This week, 2 of the teams that was in week 13 didn't make week 14. Straight up, they didn't make it. The 2 teams that didn't make it this week, that made it last week, was Cincinnati made it last week. They lost this week against the 49ers. Heartbreaking game. Really tight. I'm going to say heartbreaking game. It was a good game. San Francisco jumped on Cincinnati early. They jumped 20-6. Cincinnati came all the way back, took it to overtime, scored a field goal in overtime. The first got the possession first in overtime, scored a field goal. San Francisco came down and scored a touchdown, killed them. So Cincinnati, I think that was a game Cincinnati let get away. They needed that game, especially with Baltimore losing to Cleveland. Cincinnati let that game get away. So with them losing that game, they knocked them out of my top 10. They was in week 13, they were week 14, they're not. That's one team that's knocked out. They were my number 9 team. They were number 9. They knocked out. New team they got in, they took their place. And the Baltimore Ravens, they lost to the Cleveland Browns. I believe they lost because of Lamar Jackson. They came back though. They had them like 24-3. They came back and lost by 2 points. Lamar Jackson got hurt. That was real crucial for them. Even though they came back with them being hurt, that was real crucial for them. When Lamar Jackson getting hurt, I believe the injury bug that caught up with them. I'm saying straight up, I really think the injury bug that caught up with them with all the injury that they had. Now the captain just got hurt, the leader that got hurt. They said he may play. Excuse me. They said he may play Sunday against Green Bay. He may play against Green Bay the 4 o'clock game in Baltimore. But he got a sprain ankle, in a high sprain, low sprain, so that's okay. But his ankle being hurt, they're gonna change a whole lot. So for this week right here, I took them out because they lost to Cleveland. And next week gonna tell me this week coming up, a Green Bay gonna let me know if they ever get back in, because I believe they do the Green Bay game. They won't. They play out hopes will be in trouble. But the number 9 team and the number 10 team that I had in that last week, I took them out. That was Cincinnati and Baltimore. This week, somebody got to take their place. So this week through week 14, my Knowdatsports power ranking jumps out like this. Last week I had Arizona number 1. This week, Arizona lost to the Rams. A good game. I had the Rams to beat them, but Arizona lost, so they can't be the number 1 team because 3 teams in the NFC now with the same record. I hear DeAndre Hopkins might be out for the rest of the year. He may come back to about the playoffs, sometime knee injury. That's going to hurt Arizona a whole lot. I think they're going to keep them from getting the number 1 seed now with DeAndre Hopkins getting hurt. But now, with them losing, my new number 1 team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm saying they had them got them shaking the P. I'm saying they just beat Buffalo, even though Buffalo came back. They had them handle their business and shut the P. I'm saying like they supposed to. And I think that they had them getting their form. So they getting healthy. They playing good ball. They had them playing good ball. If you know Dad and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady, I call Tom Brady Dad. I think they're the best team in the NFL for right now through week 14. They're the best team in the NFL. I got Tampa Bay at number 1. Last week I had Green Bay at a number 2. They still at my number 2. They in my number 2. They still at number 2. And Rodgers them ain't bullshitting. They shaking it too. And Rodgers them folk got there trying to get something going on. When they boil down to it, I don't think the NFC want Aaron Rodgers to get the home field advantage, even though they had it last year against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay went down there and beat them. I don't think that'll be going on this year if Green Bay can get the home field advantage because of that run game they got with Dillon and Jones. The NFC better not let the Green Bay Packers get home field advantage because it'll be hard to go down there and get a win. But I got them at my number 2 team through week 14. My number 3 team is the Arizona Cardinals. Them and Tampa Bay switched. I had Tampa Bay 3 last week. They switched spots. I still think Arizona one of the top 5 teams in the league right now. I can't say nothing else about that. Even though DeAndre Hopkins hurt, I still think that about them. They still on the top 3 teams in the league right now through week 14, and they just lost to the Rams in the divisional game. A must-win game for the Rams, and the Rams handled their business. Kyler Murray played real terrible. They lost that game. Kyler Murray threw 2 interceptions, and the Rams scored off of it. So I could take them away from number 1, but I said, I can't take them back that far. Not just right now. I can't tell the future. But I believe they're going to fall down with DeAndre Hopkins being hurt. But we'll see that as time go on. So Tampa Bay and Arizona switch spots. Tampa Bay number 1, Arizona number 3. They switch spots from last week. My number 4 team, same team we wore last week as it is this week, the New England Patriots. They had a bye week after coming off of beating on Buffalo. They got a bye week, so I feel like they ain't got no reason to move. They still straight. They still good. They still shaking the pea. They still shaking the pea. They got a big game this week against the Colts. They're gonna tell me a whole lot about New England. You know what I'm saying? New England, they need this game right here. I think this game right here lock their playoff spot in, not mathematically, but I believe in my heart if they can win this Colts game, they'll lock their spot in. So this is a big game for them. They can win that Colts game. They automatically stay at number 4. They can win that Colts game. We don't know if they can go up because they don't tell who about the other folks who will play. But right now they solid at number 4. Number 5, last week I had the Dallas Cowboys. This week I got the Kansas City Chiefs. The only reason why I moved Kansas City up to number 5. Man, I moved them up a notch from 5 to 6. I mean, from 6 to 5. This week, the way they handled their business against the Raiders, they blow the Raiders out, I think, 48 to 6 or some shit. They blow them out. Like the game, they had like 30-some points at the half. It looked like the old Kansas City Chiefs against the Raiders. Even though it was the Raiders or whatever, division game, they handled their business like they supposed to. So I had to give them a notch for that, and I moved them up a notch. Like I said, last week they were 5. I mean, they were 6. This week they were 5. This my number 16, they went down a notch from last week. Last week they were 5. This week I got them 6. The only reason why them and Kansas City switched out like that, because Kansas City handled their business the way they supposed to. Dallas handled their business against Washington, but they like to gave it away from them. They jumped on them folks 24 to nothing. At the end of the game, you beat them folks 27 to 20. Then you scored 3 points in the second half. That means the offensive coordinator coming around with them bullshit ass plays, and they're gonna kill you if you keep trying. If you keep doing that, Cowboy Nation, they're gonna kill you. Kellen Moore got to tighten up on the offensive call, man. Got to run the ball more. Got to get that Prescott back in the brother rhythm. That's why I moved them down one spot than what they were last week. Last week they were 5. This week they moved down to 6. Still think Cowboys one of the tougher team in the NFC. I think the injury to DeAndre Hopkins can help the Cowboys probably get that number 2 seed. I think that's what they need bad. They can't get the number. I don't think they'll be able to get the number 1. The number 1 probably locked down. I think Green Bay gonna probably get that. I said, but we one game behind them. We one game behind. I think they lost 3. Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Arizona lost 3 games. Cowboys lost 4. One game behind them. I still think I think we can get the number 2 seed. Right now, I got the Cowboys the 6th best team in the NFC. I mean, in the NFL right now. Know that power ranking. Cowboys number 6. Last week at number 7, I had the Tennessee Titans. They're not number 7 this week. I got a newcomer in at number 7, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. I know they probably be like, well, how the hell you give they won in the ranking and then you move up to 7? I'm gonna let you know why I do that. The 49ers really impressed me with that win against Cleveland. I thought the 49ers were gonna lose that game. Even though that game went to overtime, the 49ers on Cincinnati 20-6 through the whole game. They dominated the whole game. They played damn good ball. So I'm saying, Kittle, I think 150 yards 2 weeks in a row. They in the playoff hunt. I think they got the 6th or the 7th seed. I don't know which one, but they got a playoff seed. They won that game against Cleveland. I mean against Cincinnati. Even though they went to overtime, what impressed me was Cincinnati got the ball first. They went and kicked the field goal. 49 got the ball first and went and put up self. So they killed them folk, DDT. That was impressive to me. So that was impressive enough to me to put them in in my top 10 ranking at number 7. And the 3 teams that's under them, I think they can beat the 3 teams that's under them. Only one on probably can give them. Maybe they might can't beat them, but I don't know because they be trimming around. But I got the 49ers at 7 and Tennessee at the 7th spot. That one team that won the team that took Cincinnati play. Cincinnati Baltimore, so I put two new teams in there. There's one on the 49ers. It took Cincinnati play. They just beat them. Next, at the 8th spot, last week I had the LA Chargers at the 8th spot. They're not at the 8th spot this week. Even though they handled their business. Even though they handled their business against the Giants that they supposed to. They kicked the Giants ass, they handled their business, no questions asked. I took them out of the 8th spot because the team that I got in the 8th spot this week, new team that wasn't in last week. They've been in the top 10 before, but I took them out the last couple of weeks because they've been trimming around. They had been losing the last couple of weeks. And they just had a get-right game against Jacksonville. That didn't impress me. But I knew I had a feeling they were going to come beat. They were going to win in their game, a must-win game. And that's the LA Rams. I got the LA Rams in my 8th seed, the 8th best team in it. My eighth NFL team in my power ranking. Like I said, they impressed me. Got going to beat Arizona. Must-win game on the road. Went there and shut the P. Got on Kyle Murray them ass. You know what I'm saying? I think they beat them by 7 or something like that. I think they beat them by 7. Said night division the game. Went on the road and got a win. That's more impressive to me than the Chargers beating the Giants. So all I did was move the Chargers down the spot. I moved the Chargers down to the 9th spot. They was in the 8th spot last week. I got them in the 9th spot this week. Nothing to do the Chargers. They said they had their business against the Giants like they supposed to. But like I said, I think the Rams win were more impressive and they needed it more. The Orioles said they were going to lose to them. The Arizona best team in the NFL at that time. At that time, they were the best team in the NFL. Some folks were saying. I was even saying that. So I got the Chargers at my number 9. I got the Chargers at my number 9. This Thursday, the Thursday night game that I just picked on the win against Kansas City will let me know they're going to stay in this top 10. Straight up. This game going to let me know they're going to stay in the top 10. This game, probably Baltimore, Green Bay, and Cincinnati. Who Cincinnati play? They get a bye when they play. I can't see. I don't see their name. They don't get a bye. I think everybody playing this week. I ain't gonna do. Oh yeah, Cincinnati play Denver. So Cincinnati playing Denver. Chargers playing on Kansas City. Baltimore playing Green Bay. Chargers at 9 in my power ranking. Sunday, Thursday gonna let me know what they got going on. They're gonna be if they one of the top 10, one of the top 10 teams in the NFL. Because fuck around and lose to Kansas City, we still might make the playoff. I think they still got to make the playoff, but they'll tell me a whole lot about them. Like I said, I had Cincinnati at my number 9 last week. They're not in anymore. Rams took their place. Chargers go to their spot. And my last top 10 team in the NFL right now is the Tennessee Titans. Reason why I got Tennessee was 7 last week. I done moved them all the way down to 3. I went down 3 spots with them to 10 because I believe the 3 teams in front of them playing better ball. Playing better ball. Tennessee just played Jacksonville, shut them out. So supposed to do whatever they supposed to do. Not sharp about that. I call this a get right game. So they got right. They played Pittsburgh. They played Pittsburgh this week. I expect Tennessee to win that game. I don't know that. I don't know what the point spread and all that on that game, whatever. But I expect Tennessee to win that game. So I keep them in my top 10 for right now. But they done, like I said, they done went from 7. At one point in time, Tennessee was number 1 in the NFL before Derrick Henry got hurt. They done went from 1 to 6 to 7. Now they at the 10. Next spot is out the top 10. Lose to Pittsburgh, I know you come out my top 10. I don't care who you are. But I think Tennessee needs the number 1 seed in the ALC. Even though they're the 10th seed, they need the number 1 seed in the ALC bad. They need it real bad. They still in contention to get there. I think they ain't on number 3 games, something like that. So they got the same record as I think probably New England and a couple other folks. So they tied. But Tennessee needs their own number 1 seed. I got them at the 10 best team in the NFL. In my Knowdatsports NFL power ranking. Them my top 10 teams. One more time, saying from 1 to 10, break it down for this week. Week 14, I got Tampa Bay number 1, Dad. Nephew number 2, Green Bay and Rodgers. Baby boy number 3, Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. New kid on the block, Matt Jones and New England Patriots. Number 5, what I call Patrick Mahomes? The cool kid Patrick Mahomes, man. Kansas City Chiefs at number 5. They don't like me. Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott at number 6. Jimmy G shaking the P, man, at number 7 with the 49ers. Sam Darnold and them Ram boy at the number 8 spot. The new kid on the block, number 2, what that boy name is, quarterback, Justin Herbert for the Chargers. And that boy Ryan Tannehill, man, for the Tennessee Titans at number 10. That round out my top 10, man, power ranking. Knowdatsports NFL top 10 power ranking. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm glad y'all just tuned in to the episode. Y'all know I'm more drive, represent Knowdatsports to the fullest. Knowdatsports Thursday Night Football edition, man. I just broke down the Charger Kansas City game and my top 10 NFL teams through week 14. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. Y'all know more drive on our podcast platform, YouTube, Knowdatsports, Facebook, Knowdatsports Sport Talk, Instagram, Mr. Moore Drive, Knowdatsports, any one of them. I'm saying, hey, man, follow me, comment, message me. Hey, man, whatever, man, however you want to go, man. I fuck with folks who fuck with me. I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. Know that if you don't know nothing else. Shaking it!